There are just levels to ridiculousness when it comes to these stories, and this is probably the most senseless thing. And you guys know I've actually talked about subjects like Black Lives Matter and things like that. I think everybody kind of understands my stance on that, and it would apply in this situation. If we believe that Black Lives Matter, then why is it that I continue to keep finding stories like this where we as the black community and as adults, we continue to keep doing some of the worst things to our children. And even on top of that, just think about it like this. A lot of the things I talk about are happening to little girls, and these little girls eventually would grow up to become women. But we continue to keep having this cycle of doing bad things to kids, and then these kids grow up and then they do bad things to their kids. But let me give you guys a disclaimer because I think that might have been too much already. I might have already pissed some people off. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I know I've had a lot of stories to talk about, but this one I absolutely could not skip when y'all hear just how dumb this is. You know, I've been around the hood. I've seen a lot of things. And this is just a different level of ridiculousness that I just have never heard of. Y'all tell me if y'all have heard of anything like this. Check this out. A mother and an aunt, so the mom's sister, a mother and the mother's sister, are facing assault charges after police say that they attacked a juvenile in a car parts parking lot. So when I first heard this, I was like, okay, so they ganged up on some random teenager maybe that was talking crap to them, or maybe somebody that hurt one of their kids or something, right? And they were trying to get exact justice. No, not at all. I want y'all to hear who the person was that they attacked and why they allegedly did it. Now, according to New London Police in Connecticut, I believe, Idina Muriel, who is the creature on the left-hand side of the screen, she helped plan the assault, and the victim's aunt, Kiosha Muriel, on the right-hand side of the screen, she took part in the attack with at least 10 other juveniles. Let me say that again. With at least not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, not nine, 10 or more juvenile individuals. On April the 30th, New London Police received a report of a video circulating on social media showing a juvenile female victim age 13 years old being assaulted by a family member and the victim's boyfriend. I know that's a lot to unpack, but we're going to keep going. A lengthy investigation ensued, and it was learned that the assault occurred on April the 29th at approximately 6:10 p.m. in the parking lot of an O'Reilly's parts store. Police say that the video depicts the juvenile victim's aunt, identified as Kiosha Muriel, the one on the left-hand side right now. She was on the right a minute ago. And a group of 10 other juvenile individuals assaulting or observing the juvenile victim being assaulted over an extended period of time. The girl was choked, pinned to the ground, and waterboarded, said police. Kiosha held the victim by her arm and sweatshirt while multiple juvenile suspects recorded the incident and pulled the victim's hair out of her head. Kiosha then began to hit the juvenile victim with a phone charger cable. We're not done. And on WFSB.com has the article. If y'all want to go read it, thank you for the article. There are actually the criminal complaints. So y'all can go look at those documents. The victim's mother, Idina Muriel, who's on the right-hand side of the screen right there, was on the scene during the incident, and the investigation determined that she was involved in planning of the assault on her own freaking daughter, her 13-year-old daughter, and all these people ganged up on her daughter. According to the warrant, the 13-year-old's mother paid $50 to the juveniles to help beat up her daughter. Black Lives Matter? Where y'all at? Where's Black Lives Matter at? Where are the marches? Where are the protests? This was caught on video. There were no protests. $50 to beat up her 13-year-old daughter and rip her hair out, pin her to the ground and waterboard her and beat the crap out of her and embarrass her all on social media. The warrant also states one of the juveniles sat on the victim's chest, restricting her movement and her breathing. That sounds a lot like George Floyd, don't it? Let me read that again. Black people, y'all are some interesting folks. I gotta tell you that. Y'all are some interesting folks. Y'all went out and worldwide protested against George Floyd getting choked out by the police officer putting his knee on that man's neck and choking him to death, which was wrong, and he deserved a life sentence for that. I agree. But why is it that if we saw that that was wrong, these people, according to this warrant on video, said one of the juveniles sat on the victim's chest, restricting her movement and breathing. And I'm going to paraphrase this. And she allegedly said, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Mama, mama, I can't breathe." Allegedly. The irony. The victim can be heard saying she can't breathe. Kiosha and Idina are standing in the background watching the entire incident unfold. When police spoke to the victim about the incident, she said her mom said she needed to be humiliated. The juvenile victim also stated this is her life every day and it is what it is. Black Lives Matter, though. The victim suffered bruises, scratches, back pain, and a head injury. 10 juveniles received summons to appear in juvenile court on numerous charges related to this incident. Arrest warrants were obtained for the 2 adults involved in this incident. Both Kiosha Muriel and Idina Muriel were arrested by members of the New London Police Department on May the 6th, which was about 6 days ago, depending on when you're watching this. Idina Muriel, the mother, was charged, or I think that's the mother, was charged with cruelty to persons, risk of injury, 3rd-degree reckless endangerment, conspiracy to commit 3rd-degree assault, conspiracy to commit 2nd-degree breach of peace, and conspiracy to commit 1st-degree unlawful restraint. I didn't hear nothing about the $50 that she paid them. Kiosha Muriel was charged with cruelty to persons, risk of injury, 3rd-degree assault, 2nd-degree breach of peace, 1st-degree unlawful restraint, and 2nd-degree reckless endangerment. Both were held on $100,000 bonds. The juveniles involved in the attack are also facing numerous assault charges. The victim was taken to the hospital and is in the care of DCF. And this little girl said this is her life every day, and it is what it is. That sounds like she needs some counseling badly before it's too late, before she decides to do something to herself. That's ridiculous. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. To pay $50 to someone, to a group of people, to assault your own flesh and blood, and you ask, what is a black life worth? Apparently, this little girl's life ain't worth nothing but $50. That's ridiculous. Y'all leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. I want this to go viral, and I want somebody, send this to Black Lives Matter, and I want them to explain this level of ridiculousness, their hypocrisy, their alleged message, and all of this stuff. But you got stuff like this going on, and it just seems that people continue to turn a blind eye to what's really going on and what's really plaguing the black community. I want y'all to hear this.
London, a brutal attack on a 13-year-old girl is now under investigation.
And investigators are saying the girl's own mother helped plan it and that the girl's aunt also took part in the attack along with a group of kids. It was recorded and circulated on social media.
Yeah, the allegations here are really something. Channel 3's Aya Galal is live right now at the New London Police Department with more on what she's learning tonight on this case. Aya?
Hi, Mark and Aaron. Well, police say that the girl's mother wanted to humiliate her daughter for being, quote, disrespectful. Now the girl's mother and aunt are under arrest facing a number of charges. And we do want to warn you, details in this case are disturbing. The attack happened in the parking lot of this O'Reilly Auto Parts store in New London on April 29th. This is where a 13-year-old girl was choked, pinned to the ground, and waterboarded over the course of several minutes. The attack was recorded and circulated on social media. Now the girl's mother, 32-year-old Adina Muriel, and aunt, 29-year-old Kiosha Muriel, are under arrest and facing a number of charges in connection to the attack. According to the warrant, the 13-year-old's mother paid $50 to 10 juveniles to help beat up the teen. The warrant states Kiosha held the victim by her arm and sweatshirt, while multiple juvenile suspects recorded the incident and pulled the victim's hair out of her head. Kiosha then began to hit the juvenile victim with a phone charger cable. The warrant also states one of the juveniles sat on the victim's chest, restricting her movement and breathing. The victim can be heard saying she can't breathe. Kiosha and Adina are standing in the background watching this entire incident unfold. When police spoke to the victim about the incident, the girl told police her mom said she needed to be humiliated. The juvenile victim also stated this is her life every day and, quote, it is what it is. The victim suffered bruises, scratches, back pain, and a head injury. Her mother and aunt face a number of charges in connection to the attack, including cruelty to persons, risk of injury, and reckless endangerment. We tried to reach the victim's mother for a comment, but there was no answer at the door. And the victim was taken to the hospital and is in the care of DCF. Now, as for the juveniles who took part in the attack, they are also facing charges. Live in New London, Aya Galal, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Aya, thank you.
Right now, we're also following the very latest on a brutal attack of a teen in New London. That's where a 13-year-old girl was beat up by a group of people, including her own aunt. Pinpoint News Tracker shows you where it happened in a parking lot in town. And now we're learning the girl's mother planned this assault. Channel 3's Aya Galal is live in New London with more of what she's learned. Very disturbing, Aya.
You know what's funny about planning this assault? That this mother, this alleged mother, didn't plan for this girl to have a father in her life, didn't plan to raise her in a stable home, a stable environment. She has no plan for her to go to college. She has no plan for her life insurance. She has no plan for nothing but negativity and stupid crap when it comes to her daughter. When you're talking about planning something. But she'll go all out of her way to get her daughter beat up, hair ripped out, and restrict her breathing. Do all the negative, but have nothing positive planned for her life at all.
Hi, Carrie. Yeah, very disturbing indeed. And we're learning that the girl's mother told police she wanted to humiliate her daughter for being, quote unquote, disrespectful. Now the girl's mom and aunt are facing a number of charges. And we want to warn you, many of the details in this case are disturbing. It happened in the parking lot of this O'Reilly Auto Parts store in New London on April 29th. The attack was recorded and circulated on social media. A 13-year-old girl brutally attacked by several people as her mother watched. Now the victim's mother, 32-year-old Idina Muriel, and the victim's aunt, 29-year-old Kiosha Muriel, are under arrest and facing a long list of charges in connection to the incident that was filmed on camera. According to the warrant, the 13-year-old's mother paid $50 to 10 juveniles to help beat up the teen. The girl's aunt is seen on the video hitting her with a phone charger cable when she didn't apologize to her mom. The warrant states the victim was choked, pinned to the ground, and had her hair pulled out of her head over the course of several minutes. Court documents reveal one of the juveniles pours water in the juvenile victim's face in an attempt to waterboard her. The juvenile victim then begins to cry and scream she can't breathe. At no point in the video does Kiosha or Idina try to stop the assault. The victim suffered bruises, scratches, back pain, and a head injury. She is in the care of DCF. And the victim's mother and aunt both went before a judge on Monday. As for the juveniles who also attacked the girl, they are also facing charges. We're going to have much more on this story coming up on Eyewitness News at 5 p.m. For now, reporting live in New London, Aya Galal, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
London mother's accused of organizing an assault on her own daughter.
News 8's parking lot of O'Reilly's Auto Parts store.
I just don't understand how a mother could do something like that.
10 juveniles and 2 adults facing charges in the brutal attack of a 13-year-old girl. One of the adults, the victim's mother, 32-year-old Idina Muriel. The girl's aunt, 29-year-old Kiosha Muriel, is also facing charges. Idina Muriel allegedly orchestrated the attack because she wanted to humiliate the female juvenile victim for being disrespectful. Police say she offered $50 to anyone who would beat the juvenile victim's blank. According to court papers, it started with Kiosha Muriel pulling her niece out of the car. When she resisted, police say she pulled the victim's hair out. Police say other videos show the victim's boyfriend as he places his knee on the neck, making it difficult for her to breathe, while other juveniles attempt to rip the juvenile victim's eyelashes off.
That's nasty. I don't know. They need to punish the people. They need to pay for it.
Police say Kiosha can be seen on camera laughing at the treatment of her niece. She and the girl's mother and the juveniles face a variety of charges.
They deserve that. They deserve that because poor girl.
One of the investigators says the girl, who is now in the custody of DCF, stated to me that this is her life every day, and it is what it is.
Terrible, terrible. To your own child.
The fact that she's just accepted that is so sad.
We did go into the auto parts store, and we are told that there is no surveillance cameras outside and that they couldn't talk to us. But one employee surmised that this may have happened on the side of the store instead of in the front because at the time it was open for business.
That girl is going to need therapy and a hell of a lot of help. A father and people who care about her. Oh, and I meant to show y'all this. Now, I could be wrong, but I wanted to show y'all. This is Kiosha Muriel's Facebook page, which is still up. The other bride, I couldn't find her Facebook page. I want y'all to take a look at something. I want y'all to look at this. I'm going to make it as big as I can on the screen. I want y'all to take a look at this. When I was on her Facebook page, this was less than a minute old. So this is like breaking news that I saw this because I think she's out on bond, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the boyfriend helped. Like, what the freak is going on over there? Like what are they doing? Like, are they pimping her or something? Pimping and pandering? I don't know what they got going on. But this is what she posted on her Facebook. I don't know if y'all can see this. Expand your screen, turn up your resolution, and look at this because she's probably going to delete it, but I got it screenshotted. Kiosha Muriel posted what it looks like an ankle monitor, and she said, bored. This shows that she is uncaring. It don't matter. And this was recent. And this was from today. So today is May the 17th. Today is May the 16th. And I caught this at about 6 or 7 p.m. roughly Central Standard Time. bored. She don't give a shit. I wanted to point that out. Like I said, she wouldn't dare keep that on her Facebook wall. I saw it in her stories. Stories only last for about 24 hours before they're off your page. That's the mentality of these people. They shouldn't have children. They deserve a long prison sentence. And for all those juveniles that participated, they need real parents, real mentors. They need help. The plight of the black community is really, really sad. Keep that girl in your prayers. I don't know what to tell y'all. But let me know what you think. Thank you.